Let's see if we can't do something about my boredom.
Well, look at that, boys. Here we are in a brand new world, son. Final Fantasy IV was amazing because the first selectable action you could take in the first battle was a jump command. And this game's notable because the first time we gain control, we're already riding a chocobo. Although we can't hear the chocobo music just yet. Also, you can't actually leave the chocobo during the scripted opening. So it seems the wind has stopped and some people are mad about that, or sad, or not too glad. And then a meteorite inexplicably fell to the planet's surface. And so Mystery Man here, with his faithful chocobo companion, is going to investigate, son. Here, let's go in here and do some config. So I'm playing a Super Nintendo ROM that I've patched because this game never came out originally outside of Japan. So it wasn't until the PlayStation we got a translated version. So we want mono. Don't tell Roy Campbell. Okay, I'm not going to mess with the colors, at least not right now. But this patch takes the Game Boy Advance script from the GBA version, Final Fantasy V Advance, and applies it to the Super Nintendo version so that we Baka Gaijin might enjoy it. Son, the good times. The good times. Boko the Chocobo, son, his first appearance, if you've ever wondered about him. Now, normally this is how fast you would walk around in this game, unless you equipped a certain ability you can unlock later, or get you a pair of sprint shoes if you're from the future. But another patch I applied is that we can run all the time, because I ain't dealing with that. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, let's see what this meteorite's all about. Maybe it'll have some rare metals, some palladium, or borax. Oh god, the answer lies in the heart of battle. The first thing you do in this game is kill goblins, son. The Goblin Slayer loves it. Favorite Final Fantasy. Non-stop infinite goblin slaughter. Well, there's two of them. It's only infinite if you're the Goblin Slayer and you just keep looking for more. Bartzu. I could have swore his name was Butts. Anyway, we're just going to go with the default name. This game, like Final Fantasy VIII and X, we only name the main character. So everybody else has a set name. There was a fan translation of this game way back in the early 2000s, I remember, where they translated his name as Butts. And I guess it's because his name in Japanese is like Batsu. And so it's hard to... It's kind of like how Guts from Berserk is technically his name should be Gatsu or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, his name is Bartz. Don't put his name in the Banana Fan of Faux Fana song, son, or else James Rolfe wins. Me and my Chocobo go wherever the hell we want. So you'll recognize this pink-haired girl was in that castle at the beginning of the game, and her father got on a Windrake to go look at the wind crystal. So I guess being a plucky JRPG princess, she had to go out and follow him, even though he said not to, son. She's right up there with Scrappy Doo and Jackie Chan's niece from that cartoon. I believe when a rock falls out of the sky, it's a meteor. Oh, well, never mind. Bart's already knew. The wind stopped because a meteorite fell. They might be correlated. I hear a correlation and causation are very similar. Oh, she's jet setting around, son. Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's bad off. All right. I wonder what happens if we just try to leave. Oh, I'm not going to walk all the way back to Poco to see. Well, there seems to be some sort of homeless man living underneath this meteorite. Meteorites are like the overpasses of the fantasy world. He's hung over with that headache. Oh, he's got amnesia, son. He must have been under the control of the Empire using a slave crown, or he was a Shinra grunt who got experimented on and thought he was a soldier first class, or he equipped too many GFs, or he was sent to the planet as a genome to exterminate all life for his other genome friends that have monkey tails, or he's being affected by Sin's toxins. There we go. We got it all covered. All the Final Fantasy amnesia is covered. Oh, well, you remembered his name is Galuf or Galuf or Galuf. Lena and Galuf. Just his name, son. Well, I mean, what else do you need? Just make a fresh start. I'm assuming this meteor hit you in the head and you lost your memory, so you're lucky to be alive, son. The Wind Shrine. For land's sake, son. Oh, is that right? How convenient. The lady says she's going somewhere and you're like, oh, I remember I go there too all the time. Yeah, I used to go to the Wind Shrine before it was cool. Son, he's such a gentleman. He feels it in his bones. Well, it sounds like you two are going off on a plucky adventure. Bart's is like a loner though, son. He just hangs out with his chocobo and goes where the wind takes him, which ironically should be to the Wind Shrine, but you can't be a hero unless you refuse the call to adventure, son. That's just how it is. Circles within circles. Godspeed and all that whatnot. Seems like you remember you're kind of a flippant asshole, but I like that about you. All right. You know, we never really stopped to look at this guy. He's got him a sword and a leather shirt. What else do you need? He's a freelancer, son. He can't be tied down by no contracts, although he doesn't get health insurance, so I guess that's straight off. You thought I didn't know about this secret Phoenix down. Is that the only item I have? Nope. Started with 3 potions. He knew. He knew shit was going to get real. Real JRPG-y. I can't... It feels like the screen is slightly lagging. I wonder if that's in the recording. If it is, I apologize. And I'll be extremely angry about it because this damn computer I have that can run all kinds of modern shit can't apparently record a Super Nintendo emulator and OBS at the same time. So I gotta slap some more RAM in it. Come on, Boko. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's make like a chocobo and walk away. Turn 360 degrees and walk away, son. Yes, sir. Adventure. Out here in the overworld. I'm still mad that the screen seems to be lagging slightly. I'm just going to hope that that's not in the recording, son. It's the only thing I can do to cope. Son. Go skidded to a hole. Bad chocobo. Uh-oh. Quack, quack, quack. Now, where I come from, chocobo's warp, but quack seems to be the modern-day chocobo lexicon since Final Fantasy IX. Boko's gonna browbeat me into helping that old man and that girl with pink hair. If, you know, the ground wasn't collapsing. If Bane wasn't blowing up a football stadium. Let's do it, boys. Goblins. Goblins love to attack you when the ground's collapsing, but I love to attack them with a sword. The Goblin Slayer approves. Like most Final Fantasy games, battles start out kind of basic. Trust me, by the end of this game, the battles are going to be anything but basic. My God. Also, Bart's is getting so much further ahead in levels. This is one of those games where the less active characters you have in your party, the more experience you get. Like Final Fantasy 1, and I think 4 was like that. Maybe 3. 2 didn't really have experience points. People like to bitch and moan about that. Well, we outran the plate tectonics. Are you giving them chocobo kisses to make them all better? Choco kiss? Choco ball? Choco meteor? Good morning, m'lady. Seems like everybody wants to be at the Wind Shrine. The road collapsed, and we didn't even have to have a little girl summoning a Titan to do it. We didn't even have to have Cain totally kill that girl's mother, like Cecil was always telling me. Here we go. Bart's is like, I guess I'll be the main character of the JRPG. Gee whiz. Plus, his dad's dying wish is that he would get out of the house and travel the world. Maybe get a job. The wind is calling. Anyway, the wind blows, son. Doesn't really matter to me. Uh-oh, Galuf was conscious just long enough to call us out on our bullshit. He's an old man, but since this is a JRPG, I'm going to assume he's like 34. That's like ancient in JRPG and anime terms. Son, and just like that, we got our party of 4 heroes, son. Bart, Selena, Galuf, and Boko. Boko should be the 4th character, son. Who could we possibly get? So as you can see, they start with 0 experience, but Bart's is already 18 ahead. If you really wanted to, you could like kill him in a battle and have them win some battles, but it's really not worth worrying about, son. What do y'all got? A knife and your hands. Wow, you were really prepared, huh? I guess we could save our game. Boom. So we still are riding around on Boko's back, all 3 of us now. So we can't get into random battles. The opening of this game is very scripted, but very dynamic. So I can't complain. Look at this mystery cave. Caves are too dangerous, chocobos. Chocobos are like Yoshis. You can't take them into ghost houses or fortresses. All right, it's time for dynamic combat. Or maybe there's nothing bad in here, he said. Bats! Chop. Slice. You got to enjoy that fanfare the first time without me talking over it. What's that spring? I guess I wouldn't think to investigate it if he didn't point it out. Thanks, Sakaguchi. There's a devil crab. So one interesting thing about being barehanded is you actually attack twice, one with each hand. Although, unless you were some sort of martial artist or a monk of some sort, you're not going to do a lot of damage. Phil Swift doesn't approve. Look who joined me in the level 2 club. What a convenient recovery spring. I love his little hype animation. So this game compared to like 4, you know, the characters' proportions are basically the same, but they're a little bit more animated, son. Just wait till you get to Final Fantasy VI. The sprites get like twice as big. Twice as big. Stroper and Hooch. I thought I could dynamically battle, but it weren't meant to be. What I should have done is had Lena attack the back row one. This game uses the same row system, so if enemies are in the back, they take half damage. Bart's gained a level. And our party we can put in the front and back row, but since everybody's currently meleeing, everybody's going to be in the front row. Also, you can put them in whatever order you want because the enemy is equally likely to target any of the party, but it's kind of blasphemous to play Final Fantasy V and not have the standard setup. Okay, you're going to attack that, and you're going to kill that bat after Lena gets slapped, of course. And then you're just going to punch the dog shit out of him. He's like, I got to get to the wind shrine and punch the wind back into the crystal. One weird thing about this game is there's no random crits, except your bare fist can randomly crit and katana swords can crit. But I don't know how long it's going to be until we encounter a katana sword. Also, there seems to be some kind of cool pirate up there. Are you going to teach us the secret of the mystery of the button? Ooh. Sakaguchi loves his buttons that open doors. So that man loves an elevator. Going to open this box. Ooh, a leather hat. I guess we'll give it to this old man. He's already been hit in the head once and lost most of his memories. Or at least the good ones. At least the good ones. So here's the plan. You're going to attack that. You're going to attack that. I did this terribly, by the way. I was trying to be smart, and I did not do a good job. There's a reason the name is Bart's and not Smarts. James Rolfe just waiting for the moment that he could put an F at the start of that name and live like a king, son. Live like a king. And then everybody was level 3. If an enemy cast level 3 flare right now, we'd be ruined. Son, that's true. I've always wondered how the hell you sail a boat if like the wind's blown in the opposite direction. How do you go where you want to in a sailboat? So I like this little overworld map spot. You could even save your game as a joke. Pirate hideout. How could you tell? I like how they advertise themselves with their big pirate flags. Maybe they're just big Buccaneers fans. They could be polite pirates, or they could keelhaul. All three of us, boys. That's hateful. Son, Galuf's like, we're just gonna steal their boat. Why not? He's full of piss and vinegar, son. So very conveniently, the current pirates are just asleep. Probably dreaming about bread and soup, son. Dreaming about that time that Celis was locked up underneath that house in South Figaro, son. And they needed their bread and soup. Alright. Damn near got caught. Alright. Well, this is the easiest boat stealing of all time, son. Yo-ho-ho and stuff. Time to cast off. He knows half of the pirate is the lingo, son. Oh, God. And here I thought he knew something. Uh-oh. Son, lack it in brains. Seems like we've been caught by old Captain Faris. Princess Lena of Tycoon. I thought you were just some pink-haired girl. I thought you were just an Invader Zim fan that had left Hot Topic. Well, there you go. Everyone knows if a princess randomly goes up to a gang of cutthroat pirates and politely asks that they won't do anything bad. Laugh it up. Uh-oh. You degenerate lecherous piratey pirate. I wonder what he said in the original Japanese. Uh-oh. A pendant. Son, you know it's a JRPG when the princess has a pendant of significance. Toss them in the brig. Boys, when Captain Faris tells you to jump, you say how high, son. He's a man of the sea. There's never been a sea dog as salty as old Captain Faris. We even have a sprite for being tied up. What genius decided to steal a pirate ship? Look in the mirror, Pops. Son, his convenient amnesia came back. I wouldn't mind some amnesia if it just makes me forget all the dumb decisions I've ever made. Son, if you run into a random girl and save her in a JRPG-like setting, you know she's going to be a princess, son. It's mandatory. Her dad went there. Something bad's going to happen. Yeah, maybe his daughter's going to slip out of the castle and get kidnapped by pirates. Maybe that's something bad that was going to happen. Just fall asleep to the calming sounds of the ocean. I like how they locked us in here and tied us up. That seems redundant. Ah, the plot thickens. Captain Faris with another mysterious pendant. Set course for the Wind Shrine. They're like, but Captain, that weren't in the itinerary. The Landlubbers. You can't say that with a hard R at the end. Boys, who thought pirates would have such a lack of decorum? Seems Captain Faris has had mercy on us. Yo ho ho, we're getting pumped. Boys, you crowd don't want to talk back to Captain Faris now. He's a man of the sea. He'll slap you right upside the head with his dainty seaman, his surprisingly soft and gentle sea captain's hands that he uses to brush his long flowing masculine purple hair out of his face. Son, he's a Bishonen sailor. Yeah, how are we gonna sail without wind, idiot? Checkmate. Sildra. I like the animation is just either the Sildra's head is there or isn't. You were raised together with a sea monster. I guess that makes sense. Somehow. Free Willy's kind of like that, right? Sort of the same thing. Harry and the Hendersons? Anybody? All right. So, I guess they don't need wind to sail because they have a sea serpent to pull their boat. That's convenient. Hot damn, we got us a boat. Already. Excuse me, are you trying to be a backseat driver to Captain Faris? Son, keelhaul's too good for you. So that's there in case you don't feel like trying to figure out where the Wind Shrine is, although you don't get into random battles on this boat. At least I don't believe you do. I never have. But first we're going to visit the town of Tule. That's where Lena was trying to get earlier. What's Captain Faris got? Daggers and leathers and leathers? Oh my. Oh my. Also appreciate that you started at level 3. I'm going to assume it averaged out the party. Well, there we go. A party of 4. You can't ask for anything more. Grog. I thought some orcs had come into town at first. Oh, don't forget little Skyvy. Son, the pirates just like to hang out at the ye old pub. So Captain Faris left. Now, if we try to leave, Faris comes running out of there and tackles us. So we can't just escape. Amplified by a machine. Well, nothing bad could happen with that, right? Everyone knows if you hook machines up to ancient elemental crystals, nothing bad happens. Training to be a bard. Canal, a big old ugly monster was having a feast. It ate lots of people, 53 at least. But the good guys used the crystal and sealed the beast. Yeah, I bet he is. You butchered that story. How's about the Greenhorns Club? Hell yeah. Shut your eyes. Oh no, we've been double kidnapped. You just walked me like 20 feet to the left. Whatever, I gotta figure out how to play this damn video game. Yes, because I'm Tenfey and I've never played a Final Fantasy. Now these guys tell you about HP and status effects and shit. I don't care, I just want free items. Also, there are hidden passages in the walls. If only I had the skill to see them. Well, that was either neither or either it ain't. And $100. Oh boy. How much money do I have? 920 gil, my God. Put a down payment on a house. Inside this chest is a present from you. Oh boy, I love presents. Monster in a box. That's not a present. And it's a goblin. The Goblin Slayer, you'd be on his shit list for life pulling a trick like that. He did drop a leather helmet though. And we found some leather shoes. The Pharaoh's Power. Wow, yeah, it's real fucking funny, you know that? Well, we got a bonus helmet. I guess we'll put it on you. And we got some shoes. I guess you can wear them. Litter shoes. Look at that, boys. We're getting a respectable inventory put together. All right, let me out of here. One fun thing is if you walk in there and tell them you already know how to play video games, she just like karate chops you out the front door. That's hateful. A secret lore you got, little bush kid? Oh, you run in circles so you vomit. Is that gyromancy? I'm pretty sure that's gyromancy. Pub's been overrun by pirates. The wind's died down. Yeah, I'm trying to fix that, lady. The Kingdom of Waltz. The water crystal. What are they doing to that? You crowd can't never leave the crystals alone. The store. Let's finish investigating before we spend our monies at the store. The beast in the canal only seems to target women. Is it Ultros? Because he ain't supposed to be in this game. Zock's house. What is that, his AOL instant messenger name? He built the whole damn canal, son. Is he home? Can we sleep in his bed or read his journal or eat some of his goods and sundries? I don't know if they have refrigeration or ice cream machines here, so he probably doesn't have any hot fudge sundries. I like how he has his own little separate room over here and then a guest room. I guess he likes to entertain. He's like the Ghibli's painting. The Racolm, I think his name is. Someone check the Homestar Runner wiki. He isn't home, but we were able to just wander around his house. That's hospitality. All right, it's not a Final Fantasy game if the towns don't have random items to pick up. Ferme La Bush for this Phoenix Down. The Phoenix Down is Phoenix Clown. And another pair of leather shoes. Everybody wins. Boom. All right. Let's make up for our deficiencies by buying items at the store. At the store. Also, Captain Faris runs in there and is like, hey, I'm in your party too, idiots. They couldn't just have an excuse to have Faris standing over there on the side of the screen. So he had to come running in the frame. I say we'll buy another broadsword. See ya. We'll give that to you. And then you can hand me down your knife to Punch Boy here. Punchy LaRue, we'll call him. Armor store. Yes, nobody forgot about you, Faris, my God. Okay, we could get one more helmet. Get us a couple of shields. I think everybody's wearing leather armor, so we're covered on that front. All right. Optimize. 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 Oh, you'll notice they put the sort button at the top of the menu, like decent people. It's not hidden at the bottom so that you can record your entire playthrough of Final Fantasy IV without realizing you can drag the sort command at the top of the screen and tell people leave comments about it after it's far too late. But yeah, you can optimize, you can strip asshole naked with a key press, son. Final Fantasy 3, I'd like to have that. Remember Final Fantasy 3? I told you that this game was just a much better Final Fantasy 3. Son, I'm telling you. You're gonna find out. You didn't even have to fuck around and you're gonna find out. The Magic Store. I want a Thunder Spell and a Cure Spell. That leaves me 10 gil. Burn a hole in my pocket, son. The pub is full of pirates. Yeah, I know. They're my good friends. I want to check that barrel. Oh boy, even more money. I guess they're in season. Yeah, meteor season's always rough. Let's check out the pub now. Get some pub grub. Son, I guess. She's cute. She's got pink hair. She's a princess. So you cried a real amicable now that you're drunk. Captain, so dreamy. Boys, I know Captain Faris is a handsome man of the sea, but you got to be careful. I get you some saltpeter. The pirates drank everything in the house. Well, that's got to be good when you think about it, right? Record profits. Oh, this is the Tsundere pirate. Pirate boss went upstairs. Well, look, there's some dancing ladies twirling around. I see. You crowd just keep spinning on that bar stool. It's not a classic Final Fantasy without dancing ladies, but once again, I've been spoiled. If you're not cute rat ladies doing a ceremonial dance in your super cute ceremonial garb, I don't want nothing to do with it. Son, let's tickle these here ivories, though. Yeah, leveled up. That's what we'll call it, son. Rebecca Chambers. Never played such a pitiful rendition of a piano song. All right, I need to talk to Captain Faris now. We're going to have a man-to-man talk, son. Might even compare penis sizes. That's how you assert dominance on the sea. Apparently Captain Faris's super masculine beauty is so great that any men that lay eyes on him while he's asleep immediately fall in love, son. He's a siren of the sea. He's also locked himself in that room. I'd like to think he doesn't even rent that room. Like, it's just the pub owner's bedroom. Faris just walked in there and was like, this is mine now. I claim it in the name of the sea. Okay, I think that's everything we came into town to do. We all had fun. We all shared laughs. We got us a couple of spells that we can't cast. Good times. Let's shove off. All right. Fun times and character development. Let's hit up the Wind Shrine. Look at this mysterious woods full of strange stones that we can't access just yet. So this is the canal that apparently Zoc built. Although it's locked, which seems like kind of an oversight. I feel like there should be like people here that can like lock and unlock. I got in a battle. Oh God. I didn't realize there were ornery octopuses. 8 arm. Oh no, I forgot. They only attack ladies. The tentacled monsters only have eyes for ladies, son. Poor Lena, being the only female party member, she had to take the entire brunt of the octopus attack. But that's okay. Put hair on your chest, getting groped by octopus tentacles, son. Seafood soup. All right, the wind shrine. Seems a bunch of crowd from Tycoon Castle were here. You'll notice they used the Scholar sprite that was used in Final Fantasies 3 and 4. Son, what a callback. He went up there to find Crystal, son. He's going to take her to Squidward's house in Zelda 2, son, and gain a fat level up. So what? You say the machine amplifies the wind crystal's power. What does that do? Make it windier? Was it not windy enough for you, crowd? Thanks, 5 potions, man. And apparently they brought some restoring water here, son. We're going to be like, what's his name? From Ari Fueta, the anime where the guy gets isekai'd and then becomes super powerful and ladies fall in love with him. You're like, Uncle Tenfey, you got to narrow that down, boys. We got to add some more criteria. 3 boxes for me? Oh, boy. 3 battles for me? Oh, boy. Son, here we go again on our own, son. Taking on these white snakes. This is a consecrated circle. I love how they explain save points in some of these games. We didn't even have to have Mog come tell us what a save point is. Upstairs. An additional leather cap. I knew that I only needed to buy but so many. Ooh. Even Captain Faris gets a hat to cover his beautiful silky hair. I want to blame that white snake for attacking us, but he just keeps going down the only road he's ever known, son. He's like a drifter. He was born to slither alone. All right, we could run all the way around this here room, or I could happen to know that there's a secret passage. Oh my. And bonus broadsword. We're going to give that to Captain Faris, and then we can upgrade your knife to a dagger. It technically counts as a Final Fantasy IX reference when you think about it. I don't think there's anything in this room, but let's look at it. Oh, I think we're about to have a boss fight in a Final Fantasy game. Who knew such a thing was possible? Let's do it. And somehow we won. This game's got good boss music. It's got good music overall. Figured y'all would just enjoy it for a second. Well, we're not so beat up that we can't keep walking forward. Advancing forward like Crawled did. Well, looks like this white snake brought a black goblin with him. Kuro no goblin-san. You're like, I ain't curing no goblin. Like, no, that's not what that means. That's not what it means. Knight, monk, blue mage, thief, black mage, white mage. Those sound like job classes. Well, there you go. We've been chosen by the crystals to be the crystal bearers. Earth, fire, wind, water, sun, the avatar might be summoned. If we can find a heart crystal, we can get Captain Planet. All right, so we finally have access to the job system. So the way that works is for each crystal shard we find, we unlock a new job class that we can change into. And one of the great things about this game is that every party member has their own unique look for each of the job classes. So you got Knight, that's your classic like fighter warrior type. He's good at defending, he's good at swinging swords, he wears heavy armor, everybody loves him. You got the monk, he punches, he counterattacks, he kicks, he chakras, the good times. Of course, thieves let you run unless you've patched the game so that you can run all the time. They can see hidden passages, they have good agility, and they can steal items. Although, we're going to get into that later, and it's not going to be fun. The stealing items in this game is not the best. White mage is a white mage. You cast healing spells, you cast buffs, you might even learn holy much later in the game. And of course, you can't have a Final Fantasy without the most iconic job class design, the black mage, son. He learned the dark arts from another time and age. Bow down to it, bitches, because he's the black mage. I like his stripy pantaloons. And then, of course, you're like, oh yeah, then you got the red mage, right? No, you've got the blue mage. If you're wondering what that is, that's a job class that if they get hit with certain enemy abilities, they learn them permanently. So it's a very interesting job class. And there's a lot of blue magic in this game, and some of it you have to go out of your way to find. But we're going to see if we can get them all. Another thing I like about the blue mage is that he can use swords and shields and such. And then the freelancer. So your base job, the freelancer, doesn't gain any special abilities, but it can equip any piece of gear in the game. And as you master the other jobs, they transfer certain advantages to the freelancer. So the idea is to level up different jobs on characters and max them out, and then maybe at the end of the game you can change back to a freelancer when you're not as worried about leveling and be really powerful. So yeah, we now gain, well, let's get out to the overworld map and I'll talk about it some more. Let's warp these worries away. No, I don't need an explanation, Boko. I'm about to tell them how it works, son. They should change your name to Baka, the Chocobo. Ain't nobody got time for that. Where's Kappa? I want to learn how Gau's rages work. Okay. So basically at the end of fights now, we get experience, which levels up your character's, standard level, but we'll also start getting AP or ability points. So down there at the bottom, you see like level 0, 0 out of 10. Well, if we were to change to a knight, boom, and put on some good equipment, once we get 10 ability points, he'll unlock an ability that we can permanently apply to other jobs. So it's an interesting system. You kind of want to take your characters and decide what kind of path you want to take them down. It's basically Final Fantasy Tactics. If you've played Final Fantasy Tactics, you know Final Fantasy V's job system. Anyway, let's take a look at what everyone looks like. We've seen Bart's. Bart's is like the default character, so he has the most standard Final Fantasy-ass character sprites. Lena's knight has some cool blue armor. Her monk form is more Chun-Li, like Chinese martial artist with her hair in a bun. You gotta have a bandana if you're gonna be a thief. Classic white mage, classic black mage, and the blue mage wears like a beret and like a blue mask and a cape. They got a lot of swagger. That was my friend Sean DeRoos, longtime fan favorite of the Tenfey channel. His favorite job class in Final Fantasy V was always the blue mage. Galuf is like a grizzled fighter with a headband. He's your more bare-chested martial artist with a big sash. For bandit or thief, of course, he's got that thing that Japanese thieves always have where they have a bandana and they tie it under their nose. All he needs is a big sack that's like green and looks like one of those melons to throw over his shoulder, son. He's got a very Jesus-like look to his white mage. And I like that his black mage, his face is obscured, but you still see his mustache, like he came out of the hyperbolic time chamber with Vegeta. And then, of course, the blue mage is your blue mage. And as for Captain Faris, son, he's also got him some nice blue armor. He gets him a nice punchy karate gi for his powerful karate chops. And it's a bandit, all right. They're like, no, Uncle Tenfey's a thief. I'm like, yeah, but it says bandits underneath it. Yeah, and I could see that being a very masculine white mage and black mage. And then the blue mage. So what are we going to do right here at the beginning of the game? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Everyone becomes a blue mage. Not only because they can wear all that gear we're currently carrying, but because there's some blue magics we want, and in order to get them, a blue mage, a character who's either a blue mage or has the learning ability that you could eventually unlock by leveling up blue mage, has to get hit by. So to increase our chances, we're just going to make everybody a blue mage right here to start with. It's a good thing. Let's go right back into the wind shrine. I think we were healed by the crystal. Oh yeah, when you change jobs, your like HP and MP and stuff change, so let's go take us another sip of water. I guess we could tell this crowd that the king became like a ghost and that we're the warriors of light now. Any more free potions? Oh yeah, Karnak. They're amplifying the fire crystal. I don't understand. I don't understand. Just use the damn crystal. All right, there's a enemy we want to encounter in this place. A couple of goblins. Well, there you go. Goblin punch. That's the first blue magic. So now we just need to end the fight. Ooh. Even though we're in the back row, it don't matter. They're just goblins. Learn the goblin punch. Oh, another free pair of leather shoes. I think everybody's already got a pair, son. Nope, not Bart's. He's going to get the Pharaoh's throne now. So now if we go into magic, we have a blue magic. Goblin punch, 0. Goblin punch is interesting. You do a physical attack based on your current attack power, but it works from the back row, and if you happen to be the same level as the enemy you use it on, it does 8 times the damage. So some people like to use it if they have a blue mage that they just want to park in the back row and not have to worry about him taking front row damage. You can throw out some goblin punches. So that's fun, I guess. Interesting, maybe. More than this fun. Okay, there's a flying enemy in here that we want to encounter. I assume we can encounter him on any of these floors. Not you, White Snake. I'm gonna rock you like a hurricane. You're gonna have stars in your eyes. You're gonna be thunderstruck. You're like, stop, Uncle Tenfey, there's so many wrong references. I'm like, well, they're all John Lennon songs, so I don't know what the hell your problem is. Let's go upstairs. Maybe the good enemies are upstairs. I'd like to think they are. I'd like to think they are. Come on, baby. Oh, there he is. That mold wind. All right, now let's hang out until you decide to use the good abilities on us. Ow. I got all day, baby. I got all day. There it is. Aeroplane. Let's bring you back to life. And why not, just for fun, Goblin Punch. If you read the webcomic 8-Bit Theater back in the day, when Black Mage gained his advanced job class of Blue Mage, he learned Goblin Punch. But in the context of that comic, it was he just kicked you in the nuts while yelling Goblin Punch. Good times. Arrow. Well, there you go. So now we have wind magic. So arrow is like fire, ice, and thunder. It has 3 different tiers, Aura and Aga tiers. And it does wind damage, and it's a blue magic. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Here, let's check it out. Arrow! Boom. Alright, there's one more blue magic I want to learn before we start advancing the game state. So let's get to it. Boom. We need to return to the pirate cave. The brave do not fear the pirate grave, as they say. You're like, who's ever said that? Like, oh, you know, it's just... Tim said it? You don't know him. He went to a different blue magic school. Fight! Actually, goblins should get goblin punches. They earned it. Oh no, Boko went in the cave after us. But you're like a Yoshi, Boko. You're like a Yoshi. Crap battle. Yeah, I'd say we're a little bit more powerful than last time we came through here. Got to see what them pirates are up to. I'm pretty sure those are characters from Rescue Rangers, the pirates. They can't be any worse than that, like, mouse rat cult that worshipped a cola. And Gadget Hack Wrench had to build like a Sigourney Weaver-esque like mech suit to fight them. Taking nobody's nonsense, son. Golly. Okay, here's what we want. This crowd loves to suck blood with the vampire ability, and I love to learn said ability if they would ever use it. Especially like a drain spell. Oh, there we go. Everybody's getting arrowed. Dead. Learned vampire. Neat. We put that Quedden bird to bed and be tending to his wounds. Oh no. We found some strange bird lying in the cave. You ain't gonna eat Boko. I reserve that right. I like how they put him in a bed. Son, that's a hype doctor. Yes, I'm sure you'll be super relevant to the plot, Boko, so you just lay here in this bed and think about the good times. Think about the Chocobo honeys. Somebody get him a Chocobo Dakimakura to keep his spirits up, son. Hold down the fort while the captain's away. Look at this fun little spot where you get to stand sometimes. Yo-ho-ho and all that. Bottles of rum on standby. So you crowd do the best job. I'm gonna push this button. And hope that I don't not find nothing. Secret treasures in the pirate's cave. Okay. Well, everybody only needs one ability point to get the first blue mage ability, so we might as well keep them as blue mages for one more battle. Although there's not any blue magic we're going to learn for a little while. For a little while. Gained a check. So that's kind of like a Libra spell. I guess we might as well equip it. So every job class has their main ability, and then you can equip one additional ability that you've unlocked, and then everybody has attack and item. Unless you change back to freelancer, and then you can equip 2 abilities. So there you go. All right, now that we've learned that blue magic, I don't mind changing everybody's jobs up a little bit. So let's make you a black mage for fun. Might as well give you check since you learned it. Boom. If you're gonna have a black mage, you should probably have a white mage too. Just to balance things out. Balance your humors. We don't have any sticks for him to swing. And should we go ahead and make you punchy? Although thieves are a nice thing to have too, on occasion. On occasion. Boom. Put you in the back row. Bart's, I like to learn the blue magic ability as soon as you can. I think that's their level 3. At 20, he'll get learning, which if you put that on any character, they can learn blue magic if they're hit by it, even if they're not a blue mage. And then at the 3rd level, they get the ability to equip blue magic. So that's what we want, because it's very useful. Plus, Bart's looks super cool as a blue mage, so and I agree with Sean DeRoos. Okay, and luckily we have powerful magics that we bought in town. It's a good thing. If only I could warp my way out of here, these worries. Yeah. Thunder. If only we had dual techs, we could thunder kick, son, just like Ayla. Kick is kind of unique, or it's actually very unique, in that only monks ever get that ability. It's very good here at the beginning of the game, but it kind of falls off later. Now, monk is good to master because when you master a class, it transfers some of its stats to the freelancer job class. And so if we master monk on a character, then when we change to freelancer, it gives them like the most strength and HP boost. And they don't stack, so it's like the highest tier of physical. Just read the ancient texts. I learned all this from the ancient texts, which I will link in the description. So basically, by the end of the game, we're going to want to have mastered monk on every character. Which, at the end of the game, you get a lot more AP per battle, so... You know, you ain't just grinding 1 AP every fight, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, okay. There's a spot where you can fight some powerful monsters right up here on these little strips of land here. You can fight banter snatches. They're very frumious in nature. Let's see if we can take a couple of them on. I wouldn't mind getting black magic level 1 and white magic level 1 on the character. There you are. Fight. So you can see double punches are much better when you're actual monk. It's definitely a good thing. Oh yeah. I think we can get in a fight with 2 of them, and it gives us 3 ability points, which would be a solid load of ability points at this point in the game. Hell yeah. Oh god, these enemies do big damage. But luckily, so do I. Thunderbolt! It's a great electric attack. You know, till you get ground down by a Marowak, but what are the odds that I clicked on the wrong character? Just to prove I could. Just to prove I could. And he's got the horns. Oh, there's one of them crits. Crits and grits, baby. Alright. We're getting there. Not even going to comment on how much HP Galuf currently has. Galuf, I'll probably flip-flop on how you pronounce it. I've never heard it said out loud by a professional. A professional Final Fantasy names pronouncer. Oh no! How could he miss? I guess we could check. Oh, it just tells you how much HP they have. Neat. Oh, block that shit. Miss me with that shit. He's like, I didn't miss, you blocked it. It's different. It's different. Man, we're not getting one of them big cash money battles that I'm wanting. So yeah, this game is amazing if you love min-maxing job classes and such. The more you like Final Fantasy Tactics, the more you like Final Fantasy V. It's a good way of putting it. Tell you what. Oh no, you damaged me? What if I suck that HP out of you? Oh. And then just so you can feel like you're contributing, you can heal the whole party. Yeah. Dead. Everybody's leveling up. What level are we now? 5, 6. Pick up sticks. I was really hoping to get into one of those I tell you what, let's check the top piece of land. They never expect it, son. Nope. Same shit, different battle. Oh no, I thought you were Bart's, and I told you to melee with your knife. I told you to melee your knife. Finish him off with a goblin punch. Then we'll invite him to goblin brunch. The Goblin Slayer is so angry at the thought of goblins sitting down to eat brunch. The injustice of it. Dead. Well, regardless if we get the good battle or not, we only had to fight one more. We only gotta fight one more. Preemptive Strike. Let's have fun with this thing. Just like Wolf O'Donnell. We're not even doing big damage, and it doesn't matter because we're having fun with this thing. Your elemental spells aren't as good until later in the game when you get the ability to boost them using equipment. Oh, counterattack. So monks have an innate ability to randomly counterattack physical hits. That's another thing they transfer to Freelancer if you master them. Boom. Boom. Cool, cool, cool. And the gang, gang, gang. Okay, let's head back to town. But before that, so now that they've both gained that one level, we can do this. We can change her to a white mage who can now cast level 1 black magic. And we could change you to a black mage who can now cast level 1 white magic. I don't even need to point out the fact that it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Oh, you still got to run off to the pub. You don't even got your boys with you. All right, now that we got the little bit more spending money, we can get the spells we weren't able to get before. Poisona. Me gusta las poisonas. And since we're here, we might as well buy a staff. Or the white mage. Rods are interesting because they do damage from the back row, but it's not really worth it. He's already got a dagger. He's going to do just as little damage with that, probably. Here's your shillelagh. Let's see if old Zock's home today. Well, hey there, buddy. Damn, that's a reaction. You lost the key to the canal. How does this one old man living in this town have the ability to open a damn intercontinental canal? It seems like an oversight. Well, luckily we already know you have a guest bedroom. He's like, here, let me show you to the guest. And before he could say bedroom, we're already in there because we already know the layout of his house. Yeah, we already know where the good shit is, man. We already looked under your bed. Bart woke up in the middle of the night, got pumped, and ran outside. Oh no. Character development. Apparently Bart's was very green-haired when he was a little kid. Is Zoc just in there creeping on Lena while she's asleep? You're lucky Captain Faris isn't in there, son. You'd faint at the sight of him. He's like, I didn't ask for your life story. I asked why you're sitting at my kitchen table in the middle of the night. The key to the canal. Oh, you found it, did you? Left it in your jacket pocket, did you? I guess we'll go advance the game state and save the world now. You're no longer hiding literal key items from us. All right, I guess we all slept good. Stop by the inn. Inns usually have item shops in them as well, although I don't know if we need any additional potions and temps. I will buy 2 just to make it 10. And so that we have 1369, son. Speaking of dancing rat ladies from earlier, son, I could go for 1369s. It's a lucky number. Can't let anyone raid our booty, son. Captain Faris, as a man of the sea, he knows how important it is to protect your booty. Especially when you're around a bunch of lecherous pirates. I kind of wish we could bring them with us, son. Every battle we could just have, you know, 5 or 6 extra guys stabbing the enemies for us. All right. Lucky adventure awaits us. To the canal. But first, more character development. Yeah, I was there. So, the wind only blows because of the crystal? Like in this world, is there not like evaporation of the oceans and like the air temperature causing high pressure and low pressure systems to move about? It's just the magic wind crystal? And birds don't need wind to fly, I don't think. Have you studied this stuff? What, when the fire crystal goes out, is just you can't make fire anymore? And when the earth crystal goes away, what is we just going to be floating in space? Starting to think my lunar dissonance in this magical JRPG world is not being held up. Earth decayed. That you're basically, that's the intro to Final Fantasy 1. Once upon a time, in the land of Melmon, the spirit of vegetation decayed, and it was prophesied that 4 stunning light warriors would come and save the day. See, Galuf knows. He's like, who's up here quoting Dwayne and Brando without me? He's like, no, but I remember that I'm a hero. A hero. King Tycoon's a ghost now. Apparently, Captain Faris is real interested in Lena's father, son. Probably wants to have a man-to-man conversation with him, son. Oh, Bart's is the only one who's like, I don't know, gee whiz. I think I might refuse the call to adventure yet again. I guess he's officially the main character now. We're shoving off again, baby. Do one quick save. I'm sure nothing bad's going to happen in this canal. Another thing I know about JRPGs is when you're sailing around in a boat, nothing bad ever happens to you. I love the idea that the canal lock is literally just like a house key, like deadbolt lock that you have to like walk out on the end of a boat and physically turn. There's just something about that. The scale of it tickles me. I assume that's how the Panama Canal works. Boom. Okay. Hopefully no more octopuses come after us and attack Lena. Oh no, octopuses. We're fighting back. Octopus puncher. Oh, I'm a white mage, but I can cast thunder magic? It's the name of my new light novel. How much HP you got, buddy? 3. Well, I could just cut you with a knife. Excuse me, Mr. Octopus. I know you only attack women, but and I know Captain Faris is quite handsome with his long, silky, purple locks and his beautiful eyes that swallow you up like the ocean, but you can't be attacking him now. There's only one female party member. I'm telling you, octopuses have no class when they grab your ass. All right, let's keep on keeping on, baby. Dead. Thunder and typhoons, blistering barnacles. Yeah, stuck between a rock and a hard place, son. Well, ain't you pleasant? Some kind of mutated crawdad. The Carla boss. Well, guess what? You can catch this thunder. You can catch this goblin punch. You can catch this additional thunder. This must be what Days of Thunder was about. Also, Mellow Yellow. Tail screw. Well, Jesus. Like how sad he gets. when his HP's low. Let's throw some fat heals on the boy. $169 was all it took to kill him, son. He wouldn't last a day in Clara. Focus is all crocus. Well, we very tragically lost our form of locomotion, so I suppose we're adrift, son. The ancient mariner knows we didn't even shoot any albatrosses, son. The graveyard of the sea. That's what they call the waters off the coast of North Carolina, son. Scuttled ships. Oh no, Galuf told me you're scared of ghosts. Okay. Well, very luckily, I guess, we drifted into a bunch of wrecked ships. Full of skeletons! Luckily, you can just punch skeletons to death as a joke. Oh, the focus ability that Faris unlocked. Basically, remember Yang or Fang or whatever his name was from Final Fantasy IV? I think he had kick and focus. Basically, you charge up to do an even more powerful attack. It's not very often you'll use it, but you don't want to lose it either. Right? Right? Oh. Mystery. Flail that tail. So the flail is a weapon white mages can use from the back row to do slightly more melee damage. It's a good thing? Question mark? Tent inside a box inside a ship of the dead. Uh-oh. Looks like we're going to have to trudge through some icy water, son. We're going to be soaked down to our drawers, our manly drawers. What, are you going to melt or something? You're like that poor raccoon trying to wash that cotton candy. Additional skeletons. So the undead can actually be hurt with healing magic as a joke, once again. We cured him to death. We cured him of death? I think you're weak enough that a dagger will kill you. Just a dagger will do you. Oh, additional daggers. And now we're soaked. Okay, there's a lot of enemies here, I've noticed. Can these things be cured to death? They can. Skeletons probably hate fire as well. They're like Frankenstein's monster. Just not a big fan of fire. Yeah, I'd say so. Two ability points, my god. Spell learning. Cool. I'm still going to leave him a blue mage until he gets blue magic, which, as you can see, is going to require 69 additional APs. I couldn't have planned it any better, son. All right. Let's see. Where the hell are we going? Does anyone remember the layout of this damn place? I can't see shit, Cap. Oh, I should have meleeed with Lena. I'm doing this all wrong. My focus is all crocused. Doesn't matter because they're all burned up. One of the signs of death is if an animated skeleton is all burned up. Oh, these stairs are right here. The wispy effect. 990 gil in the pirate box. An undead husk, you say? Interesting. Interesting. Flail that Cal Kurthel. Oh yeah, you did a real good job. I want to say undead husks hate thunder. I mean, they can't be fans of it, right? Oh yeah. Man, who knew a white mage in the back row with a flail would have such bad accuracy? Honestly. And then everybody danced and had a good time. Additional Phoenix Downs for me. I like how this room isn't underwater, even though this doorway is. Is it like an airlock? Oh wait, we can just go around this way. Potion. All right, I think we're finally out of the water, son. We can finally dry our drawers off. There's a fish in my shorts is the new there's a snake in my boots. Apparently this room repels the undead because it has beds in it. You have dry clothes? What, do you got a watertight satchel? Boom. Barks knows how to build a hobo fire, son. And Galuf knows how to set around one. Come on, Captain Faris. You're gonna get pneumonia. We all have to strip asshole naked. It's fine. We all know what a penis looks like. Oh my God. Turns out Captain Faris was secretly a lady the whole time, and none of us knew. None of us knew. I feel as much relief as Zach Brannigan that time. He fell in love with Private Lee Lemon of the Earth Space Army. In that episode where they were the planet where they were fighting the balls. They were fighting the balls. There's so many layers to that episode of Futurama. Maybe because she was part of a pirate band and alone on a ship full of degenerates and perverts. That might be one reason to, you know, not be forthcoming about certain attributes. Son, there ain't enough saltpeter in the ocean to keep that crowd at bay. You sound relief, Galuf. Shiver our timbers. That's a very different context to that phrase now, Faris. You're going to have to watch how you threaten people now, son. When you start talking about your booty, it means something different now. I wonder how many kids playing this game for the first time back in Japan back in the day were so shocked at this revelation. Revelation's persona was probably based on it. I don't know if I could sleep, even with my friends. I don't know if I could just sleep in a bed in a abandoned ship full of ghosts and skeletons. Well, maybe if my friends were there with me. As long as nobody tells any spooky stories. Lollygagging, son. Damn. Ah, Galuf's old. He's allowed to say shit like that. If Galuf gives you an open palm slap to the ass, ladies, it's a compliment. He's from a different era. How dare you judge him with your modern standards? Concentrated circles, you say. Okay. 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 Let's keep on keeping on, son. We got ghosts to punch. Ghost puncher. Texas Ranger. What do you keep up here in the secret good spot? I guess I'm never allowed to know. Sour grapes, I believe, is what they store up there. Hey guys, let's try kicking. When some zombies come along, you must kick them. Actually, they're skeletons. Don't tell nobody. Oh, you got counterpunched. Idiot. Chop. Marks did all the work. Oh, I like them too, ability point battles, son. Skyrocketed in levels. Trying to remember exactly where to go and what to do. All burned up. Fire kick. That's literally a dual tech in Chrono Trigger with Luca and Ayla. The fine ladies of Chrono Trigger. I can cast spells too. Neat. What's this? Neat. So now on the overworld, we can look at the overworld map as we cross the overworld map. Antidote. Antidote. Phoenix down. These are all good things to have. Hey guys, you look like a bunch of assholes we're gonna kill. Oh god, they're licking. They've got licking tongues. That enemy design is horrifying, by the way. It's like one disembodied head tonguing the other disembodied head, like, through the back of their skull at the same time. Since we're all back row, we're all going to use AoE, and we're all going to have a good time doing it. Thunder. Hooray. And then everybody leveled up. A flame scroll? If only I had the ability to throw weapons. I don't even know what you would call a job with the ability to throw weapons, but it ain't one of the ones I've got. Alright, everybody seems to be leveling real neat and nifty and swifty. There's apparently an enemy group down here that gives more ability points if you wanted to grind. But we don't seem to be getting that particular encounter, so lick away the worries. Wow, You actually landed a flail attack. And then there was one. I see that. Oh, I didn't even mean to kick. Not that it matters. Bart's had the sap status, so he was losing HP. You're like, isn't that poison? Like, no, poison ticks occasionally. Sap is forever. It's like when you get tree sap on your hands, son. You can scour that shit with a Brillo pad. You ain't never getting the stickiness off your finger. There's a JoJo reference to be made in there. I just know it. I just JoJo know it. I was about to use Vampire when I remembered that Drain works backwards on the undead. It hurts you and heals them. There we go. That was the 3 ability battle. If you got nothing but those, I'd hang out down there for a while. But you don't. So let's keep on keeping on. You don't have to do a ton of grinding in this game, but like most Final Fantasies, it can make things easier. Super Mario 64 stole the concept of opening a box, draining the water out of a sunken ship from this video game. Stella. Not only is it a streetcar named Desire reference, but I believe in his flashback, Bart's mother was named Stella. He realizes that, well, for a second he did, but then he got mesmerized. Well, there's King Tycoon. We found him, son. End of story. Seems both Lena and Faris were mesmerized by King Tycoon. Well, who's this lovable little scamp of a blonde-headed, tow-headed younger? Grandpa? Oji-san? Isekai Oji-san? I guess you can't be tempted by visions if you have amnesia. That's one of the bonuses of amnesia. The Siren. All of our soul are belong to her, son. She set us up the bomb. Son, Galuf is too full of piss and vinegar to be mesmerized. Quailman would hold no power over him, son. Son, slap the dog shit out of him. It's a good thing he isn't a monk, son. He'd be critting them right now. They couldn't get their souls back because he'd beat their bodies so terribly. Everyone's so hyped to have their soul back. Oh no. Not my blue mage. 69, dude. Guess I'll... Oh no, well, that's fine. Just melee. It doesn't matter. Chop! I'm waiting for you to change forms. You're gonna cast Libra on my party member? For some reason? Oh, you think Thunder's funny, do you? Oh, I guess that's why. See, that would have been a good chance to use focus and have it be all crocused. I love the silence. Puts one of them little Woodstock from Peanuts speech bubbles full of commas over your head. Become as undead. Switch your palette sprite. Okay, well now you're weak to fire, I do believe. All burned up, baby. Get focused. Didn't expect my white mage to cast black magic, did you? Alright, Faris, I'm waiting for them big punches. Big punches, Faris. Oh my god, Becky, look at that melee damage. It was so critical. And then Siren never appeared in another Final Fantasy game. The end. Hey, a nice shield. And then everybody had fun and shared a few laughs. Well, we got a nice new shield. Boom. And just like that, the graveyard of ships... Well, never mind. I didn't realize we could still get into battles. Oh, you're getting countered. You're getting big counters. Son, white level 2, black level 2. You love to see it. It'd be a good excuse to change them over and let them keep on keeping on, leveling up these various job classes for the future. And that's the way the job system goes. And now we have to cross the overworld map, which luckily we have an overworld map to look at. So that's a big world. All right, I think that's a good spot to end the first episode. Son, Final Fantasy V, can you believe it? Can you believe it? I can't. But we'll just have to keep on keeping on, baby. We'll just have to work it, baby, like a chocobo. Baby.